food, food, and more food. So today, we're going to talk about a lot of different food options that you can get here in Northern Nevada, whether it's for anniversaries, whether it's for birthdays, or whether you're just looking for somewhere to go out to eat on a Tuesday night. I brought in my friend Andrew Coleman today, and we're going to talk about a lot of different food options. And part of why I brought Andrew on is, one, we live in totally different parts of town. One, I'm quite a bit older than Andrew, and so what places that we like to go are completely, I would say completely different. We have some that we both like, but it'll give you some different options. And again, as we said when we talked about on other videos, this is not an all-inclusive list. So we would love to hear your comments on some of the places that we may have not talked about today that you enjoy. So Andrew, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Obviously, I love talking anything food.
Oh, you and I talk about food all the time, and not only like making food at home and going out to eat. I thought no one better to have on than you for today.
Yeah, for me, food, it's more than just a meal. Like, it's an experience. I really like taking my friends out to new restaurants and having them try something that I've really enjoyed. And I know this might sound weird, but there are times like, have you ever eaten anything and gotten emotional over it? I have those experiences, and I love sharing those with other people. So that's why I wanted to sit down and do food with you, because it's probably my favorite thing to do. And if there's one thing that I'll splurge on, especially with friends and family, it's food. It's either taking them out to a restaurant or cooking something really nice at home. That's what I really enjoy.
And it's funny you say that, because I think a lot of people have these memories of food, whether it was Thanksgiving or a Christmas dinner, but you can have that experience anywhere, any place, anytime. And I'm with you. I'm a huge food guy. When I was a kid, my dad did not like to splurge on a lot, but when it came to food, I mean, I ate some food that probably as a child you shouldn't eat because it was just way beyond my palate and way beyond my level to enjoy it. But now that we've done those things, it's been really a great experience. And I know you and I love to talk about food. So we're going to hit a whole bunch of categories today. So by all means, you don't have to write these down. We're going to give you the websites to a lot of these restaurants. First, we're going to talk about pizza. So where is your go-to pizza place?
So I think that we both picked pizza first because that's hands down our favorite thing to eat, right? Lots of great pizza options in Reno, but the one that stands out most to me is Our Town Pizza. Our Town Pizza is a Detroit-style pizza. And if you're not familiar with Detroit style, it's generally square. They put the toppings on first, and then the sauce goes on second. The reason that I like Our Town the most is I think they have an amazing selection. They have great appetizers, grinders, pizza by the slice. But my favorite thing there is the guy that owns it is really innovative. And so he's constantly pushing the boundaries, trying new pizzas. What got me in there the first time was for Cinco de Mayo, they did a quesabirria pizza. Think of a quesabirria taco, but on a pizza with the consomme dip, and it blew my mind. It had so many different layers of flavor that I absolutely had to have it. So and you can only get it on Cinco de Mayo. So I go back and I bought 2 pizzas the next time, bought 4 pizzas the next time. It's probably one of my favorite things to eat there, but yeah, the innovation is what really keeps me coming back.
My favorite pizza place is South Creek Pizza. They're not open all the time, and some of these places, like you said, you got to be there on certain nights of the week or certain things because they are so specialized in what they're doing that they can't always have it available for you all the time. So South Creek is wood-fired pizza. It's super thin crust. All the ingredients that they get from them come directly from Italy. He's shipping it over, and there used to be some things that were on their menu that were sort of secret. Like they had these spare ribs that they literally were not on the menu.
Yeah.
And they were freaking amazing. We used to get them there every time. And it seems weird that you would get great spare ribs at a pizza restaurant, but same thing. I mean, they were just off the hook. Their appetizers are fantastic. And their pizzas literally, they cook in 90 seconds. So they have all these different kinds. My 2 favorites are what's called the Smoke Creek, and it's kind of like almost like barbecue chicken pizza. And then there's another one. It used to be called something else. Now they call it the Frankie P. No red sauce. It's kind of got this hot honey and some different, like not your normal sausage and pepperoni type ingredients on there. It's amazing. And again, if you're not someone that wants to eat like a little less healthy, because pizza for most people is not the healthiest thing in the world, they have amazing salads. They have wine and beer in there as well. There are no shortage of pizza places in this town, and these are just 2 of the ones that you and I both like. You know, if you're not sure, comment, tell us what your favorite place is, because I've had friends that literally were eating at a different pizza place every Friday for a year and didn't run out of places to go, and they were ranking them.
For me, South Creek is my number 2 favorite pizza place. And like you said, the spare ribs, they're hoisin and sriracha glazed spare ribs, amazing. For me, my favorite pizza there is the Nomad pizza. So what it is, it's extra virgin olive oil, garlic, and then they put smoked mozzarella and mozzarella with some mushrooms. They coddle an egg yolk over the top after it's been cooked, and then finish it with truffle oil. If you want to elevate that pizza, put some bacon or prosciutto on it. Also, that saltiness, it just adds an extra layer of flavor to it.
These are not your standard just cheese or pepperoni pizza places. I've never been to Our Town, so I'm gonna definitely have to check that one out. Even if it's not Cinco de Mayo.
No.
That one out.
Have to check out Our Town.
So our second category is barbecue. And I know Andrew likes to cook a lot of barbecue at home. I was just recently in Texas, so I was getting all my Texas barbecue. And we agreed on this one. There was only one place to go. I'll let you tell them about it.
Butcher's Kitchen Barbecue. They are probably known best best for their ribs and rib tips. They were featured on drivers, dine-ins, and dives. Is that what drives?
Say that 3 times.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives. So Guy Fieri came in there, and he featured them. It's a family-owned business, Ed and Ed. They have an amazing barbecue place. And the thing that sets them apart from me over everything else is their sauce. They have 3 different kinds of sauce. They have a spicy one, a sweet and smoky, and then just like a traditional barbecue. But they have so much flavor, and I truly love them. And so back to the ribs, they're dry rubbed ribs, so they're not wet. You put any one of those 3 sauces on there, and they're absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like the food you get at a Texas-style barbecue. I love the tri-tip and the pulled pork, but even all just your normal traditional sides, whether it's cornbread or beans or coleslaw or whatever it is that you like.
They have the best sweet potato fries in town. I say that again, the best sweet potato fries in town.
Yeah, it's without question if you're looking for those kind of things. And again, I know you have a Traeger, you like to try to make some of these things for yourself at home, but sometimes it's just easy. They cater. They're open every day, but Sunday. They've got a small area that you can eat at the restaurant, but it's a lot of take home and catering options for you.
And one of the things that they just added a full bar. So before it was just beer and wine, now they're also doing cocktails. Like you said, they do catering. On Monday, it's like Burrito Monday. Tuesday's pulled pork. Wednesday, they do a special kind of worst. They call it Worst Wednesday. Thursdays, they do rib tips is their special on Thursdays.
Yeah, the food there is awesome. So if you're looking for barbecue, we don't even have another option for you. That is the place to just go do it. Don't even think about other places. But if someone's got another one, by all means, share it. This is the one we both like, and it was unanimous on this one. The next category we're going to go to is sushi. I'll go first on this one, and the place that I go to is Sushi Pier, and I've been going there probably, I think it's almost 25 years now. It was one of like back in the day when there was not a whole lot of sushi options. Now there's sushi options everywhere. You talk to people, everybody's got a different place they go to, but this is kind of one of those OG ones. The one I go to is a little small location next to Costco by the airport. That is just our place, and it's called Sushi Pier.
For me, it's Sakana. And one of the reasons I chose that place is because it's close to where I live, up in the Northwest, up in Somerset. But for me, it all comes down to the fish. I think they have some of the freshest fish in town. They have also one of my favorite rolls in town, which I haven't found in that area. It's called the Tsunami. So it's got crab and shrimp on the inside, and on the outside it has tuna and yellowtail. But then it's finished with this sweet mustard sauce. And that mustard sauce is what truly makes that roll. I absolutely love it. It's got so much flavor, and it's just different than what you get from a lot of these other places. Their nigiri is amazing. They have the tataki, which is seared tuna. They put this special sauce on it, and it's just outstanding. So yeah, for me, that is my go-to when it comes to sushi.
It's funny because I've never seen one that had mustard on the top of it, so that would be awesome. And back to Sushi Pier, if you've got a big group, you definitely need to go to the location on Mount Rose. The next category that we're going to go to is Italian food, and there is a lot of good Italian restaurants in town, but we have our 2 favorites, so we'll let you go first on this one.
So for me, it's La Famiglia. And La Famiglia, it's a Reno staple. It's been here for a really long time. It's downtown. It's by the Pioneer Center. So it's a great place for a date night. If it's more upscale Italian, this is a little bit more fine dining, and they have an outstanding menu. I mean, for me, my go-tos there, like I always get calamari because it's one of my favorite appetizers. Always get the Caesar salad. They have a seafood pasta there that is just absolutely outstanding.
So it's funny because we did our company, my little team, 2 years ago, we did our little kind of holiday party at La Famiglia downtown, and we were going there every year. So it's awesome food there. My favorite place is called Mario's Portofino, and Mario's is a little kind of more in Midtown. I'm a huge chicken parm guy, and gnocchi. Those are kind of 2 of my favorites. They've got all your classic Italian dishes, and it's literally right across from where that second Sushi Pier location is. It's in the same parking lot that one's in. It's a little bit smaller, has more of that kind of old school, both La Famiglia and Mario's have it, that kind of old school Italian feel, and it has all the normal standard Italian food that you could be looking for. I just think it's amazing in there. I just like it's a little quieter, and it's not quite as wide open as La Famiglia is, where it can get a little loud in there sometimes.
The good thing about both of these restaurants is they both have great takeout options, and they package them very well. So when it comes to, like, if you're going to DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that, I always say Italian food travels the best, because that sauce just sits on that pasta and just gets better and better and better. But yeah, both places do takeout, and they package them really well, so you're not getting soggy food when you get it.
Well, I said if you're big into doing just kind of noodle dishes like lasagna or things like that, a lot of times I think it's better the next day anyway. I used to joke with my mom for years, like, let's make lasagna today and not eat it till tomorrow, because I don't know what happens to it overnight, but it just seems like it gets better than it was the day before.
So flavors start to marry.
Yeah. Next category, and this is one that we both actually like to do at home, but it's all about steak and steak houses. And I know you have a Traeger. I'm more of a regular standard standard barbecue guy. We both laughed and said our first options would be to make it at home. But if you're not one of those people that likes to make it at home, we have a few options for you that you can go out to.
I would always order a steak anytime I went to a steakhouse. And I just felt like every time I would do it, I slowly would start to be underwhelmed when I know that I make an amazing steak at home. And there's nothing against these steakhouses. I just think I have a particular taste and style that I'm looking for that I can't get at a steakhouse. So my new rule is, if I'm going to a steakhouse, I'm ordering something that I won't or can't make at home. So the first place I'm going to choose is based off of mostly value as well as the experience, and that's going to be the Western Village Steakhouse. If you're an OG in Reno, you know about the Western Village Steakhouse. It is in a small casino. It is not a high-end casino. You would not expect to have fine dining inside this casino. However, it's your classic steakhouse. It has all the tableside options. It has all the cuts of steak that you want, prime, dry-aged, Wagyu, everything that you can think of. They have a great selection. They have really good fish options there as well, too. Western Village is definitely a go-to, in my opinion.
I'll say it's like the OG that nobody knows about, and when you tell people that come from out of town, this is where you should go, they sort of look at you like, really? This is where you want to send me? And it's kind of like almost, when you come around, it's like a truck stop in front of it. It's kind of in a weird spot, but the food in there is amazing.
The best thing about that place is probably the value. And we're going to talk about another casino that gets the exact same steaks, but they're at a higher marked up price. For instance, you can get a filet there for $52. You can get a 26-ounce tomahawk steak for $82. At the casino we're going to talk about, they're substantially higher. So you get outstanding value there that you're not going to get at some of these other steakhouses. Their best thing on the menu, though, the thing that I go back there for time and time again, is their Cafe Diablo. If you've never had the Cafe Diablo, it is an after-dinner drink that has a couple different types of liquor that they light on fire. It comes down in orange peel. They mix it with coffee. There, the last time I went, I actually got it with apple cider instead of the coffee because caffeine at night, I'm just going to be up all night. And with the apple cider, it was absolutely outstanding. It's kind of like an after-dinner tea at that time. But the show and the way they do it with the orange peel and everything, I've had it at a few other steakhouses in Reno. It's the best at Western Village.
Western Village, of all places. So the other two places we want to talk about, and I sort of think of them, I've been in both. They don't feel a whole lot different. They're in a little bit larger casinos. It's the Pepper Mill and in the Atlantis, and they have their steakhouses. One's called Bimini. The other one, I think the Atlantis is just the Atlantic
Steakhouse. And the reason I put Atlanta Steakhouse on there is the experience. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything that they do for the service is 5-star all the way. The sommelier is a genius. He will put you on the exact right bottle of wine that you were looking for. The attention to detail with the tableside service and everything, it's outstanding. So if you're looking for that real upscale experience, I love the Atlanta Steakhouse. They have a great menu, wide variety, good prices. They have all your American Wagyu, they have all your Japanese Wagyu if you're into that, all your tableside options. It's elevated in my opinion. Now that comes with an elevated price, but it's still a fantastic dining experience.
Well, and I said that's more like if you're trying to impress a date or maybe you have some sort of important anniversary or birthday, you're trying to do that, you might go there versus Western Village. But if you're looking just the food quality in both places, it's not going to be a whole lot different. Just the experience is what you're paying for. And I feel the same way kind of about the Pepper Mill.
Correct. At Bimini, it's kind of that same experience. But the prices, are substantially higher. So that $52 filet at Western Village is $74 at Pepper Mill. That $82 tomahawk is now $88 at Pepper Mill. So same quality, same flavor, higher price, a little bit better environment, and they have some more options as well.
Well, I think sometimes they do this because the Pepper Mill and the Atlantis are more trying to attract people that maybe are from out of town, where Western Village is mostly locals that go there because you would never know to go there if you weren't local.
Yes. So here's a little tip about the Pepper Mill. Locals, go in there, get the free player's card.
Yep.
20% off all restaurants and bars, including the steakhouse. So that's a little, they advertise it, but I think it's still kind of a hidden secret that most locals don't know. That all you have to do, just go and sign up for the player's card. It's free, 20% off everything.
Well, and it works for it works for all the things that are in the Pepper Mill. So if you are local and you're looking for some places to go, I know for someone, like I said, I've lived in Nevada for 40 plus years. I grew up in Vegas. And I know for me, sometimes we try to stay out of casinos for those reasons because it's more for the out-of-state people, but there are a lot of good options. Even downtown, there's some other good options. So next category up, and I always say this word wrong, small plates, and then how you say it? Tapas. Always tell me I say it wrong.
Tapas.
So we got a couple places we like on there. I'll let you go first again.
For me, it's Centro in Midtown. They describe themselves as America's tapas menu that brings metropolitan vibes to the biggest little city. I think that's exactly what it is. They put little twists on these classic Mediterranean dishes. They have a rotating seasonal menu, so it's never going to be the same. It's always going to be different. There's a couple staple items that tend to stay on there, but it's generally always changing. Same thing with their cocktails. The cocktail menu rotates. It's kind of a smaller environment. It can be loud, no reservations, but to me, it's a great date spot or a place to take your friends. Like a party of four is like the perfect size at that place. They do have a back room that's like outside for during the summer. They have a big roll-up garage door by the bar that they can open up.
The food's great in there. You just can't show up with a big group because, again, it's kind of first come, first serve. And if you have more than four is what I would say, but if you had 6, maybe. They have great food in there, and it is really a fun place, especially if you like to share food and just have a taste of a lot of different things. It's definitely a fun place to go. And you had a second place I'd never been.
So Horario is right in the heart of Midtown. It's right by Death and Taxes, Pinion Bottle, Noble Pie, and some other little bars and restaurants it's a great walking area. So during the summer, great date night spot if you want to hop around and get some different places. Horario specifically is always voted one of Reno's best restaurants. It's a Korean fusion restaurant. They're known for their smaller plates, but they also do have larger plates and classic Korean. Their big thing is they try and take flavors from around the world and classic dishes and put Korean-inspired flavors into those dishes. For me, it's all about the small plates, like their porky pops, the kimchi fries, their wings. Those, to me, are the items that I want to go in there and have. They also have a great bar that tends to have like high-end allocated whiskeys that you can't find most places. They generally have them there. So, and they're usually at a pretty good price too. So if you want some place that you can just go to have some nice cocktails and a couple small plates, maybe move on to another place, that is a great option for you.
It's amazing the options that we have now that we used to never have, especially in that Midtown area for people that, if you live in other parts of town, you need to go down there and check out some of these places. They're awesome to eat in. The next category we're going to go to is Thai food, and I'm going to go first on this one. This place has been here as long as I've lived in Reno. It's called Bangkok Cuisine, and if you go there, it's an older looking building. It's a dated looking inside building, so it's not going to impress you when you walk up to it, but if you're just looking for amazing food, I'm a huge pad Thai guy and spring rolls, and it's got all the classic Thai food in there. If you just want really good Thai food, whether it's lunch or dinner, to me, Bangkok Cuisine can't be beat.
For me, it's Thai Lotus. I really enjoy Thai Lotus, especially their takeout options. Everything's packed really well. They use plastic containers instead of styrofoam. With Thai food, everything's so wet, and everything. My go-to items there are the pot stickers and the red coconut curry sauce, and I love to mix that with the pineapple fried rice. But everything that they have there is great. They have amazing seafood options. They have great curry options as well. My wife really loves the mango sticky rice for dessert. Both places are great. Both are great for takeout, and both kind of Reno staples when it comes to Thai.
Well, and I tell people, if you go to a Thai restaurant and they don't have at least 5 or 6 different curry options and the curry isn't good, then you probably just need to go to another Thai restaurant because that's usually their biggest staple. I always like to go when you have kind of 4, 6, 8 people, because then you can sort of go more family style and get a little taste of a lot of different things, which leads us right into our next category, which is Chinese food, which I love to do the same thing, is be able to share with a bunch of people and do Chinese food. But this place I've been going to the whole 35 years I've lived in Reno, which is called Palace de Jade, and it's in this little strip mall, and from the front it doesn't look very big, but you go in there and it's a much bigger place than you can go. They have this honey walnut shrimp. I don't know of any shrimp that I've ever had that was better than this. And the other thing is I kind of like hot and spicy is the Kung Pao chicken. So those kind of things, I'm a huge egg roll, spring roll guy, so there's always those kind of options. But the food in there is great, and I always love when you go to restaurants that are, foreign food and most of the people don't speak English. It just makes you know that the food's going to be more authentic and original, and I just think Palace de Jade is the place to go for Chinese food.
Yeah, and it's super high. I would say it's like upscale Chinese food. This is not just your typical hole-in-the-wall Chinese food place. This is very nice dishes, great presentation, everything about it. The one good thing that I really like about Palace de Jade is they have great family-style options. They have like 3 or 4 different options where you just pay per person, and you get a huge spread, and so you get really good value out of that as well.
Yeah, you just pick off of a list. It gives you like a few appetizers, a few other things, and you just sort of pick off there, and it's X dollars per person. Again, it's like tablecloth and real silverware. I mean, it's definitely a little more upscale Chinese than some maybe just your normal takeout kind of place.
Yeah, which brings me to my next place. I picked this place for one specific reason. It's Dynasty China Bistro. They have the absolute best pot stickers in town. These things are massive. and you get 8 of them. But they are absolutely the best. They're perfectly fried every single time. I haven't found another Chinese restaurant in Reno that does pot stickers quite like this place.
There you go. So this is another new place I just learned about that I have to go check out. And it's funny how when you live somewhere for a long time, you sort of get set into the places that you go, which makes it fun talking with you because obviously we live in different parts of town and we go to different places. So it kind of opens up my eyes to some places that I haven't been. So since we just talked about Chinese, we're going to talk about a few Japanese options. I don't know if we have as many of those as we do some of the other stuff we talked about, but you had a few that you liked.
One of them that I really enjoy, it's a little different. They kind of put different twists on Japanese food. It's called Kauboi Izakaya, and it is old school Japanese cook over the charcoal type food. They also have ramen there as well, and they have lots of different small plates, which I really enjoy. So if you're looking for a place that you can go and get a lot of variety, this is a great place. They also have an open kitchen concept, so you can sit at the counter and you can talk to the chef while he's cooking your food. That's one thing that I really enjoy about that place. Downside, they don't take reservations, so you got to get there early, put your name in. Fantastic Japanese fusion type food. Some of my favorite items there, the Tokyo chicken. It's basically like spicy chicken nuggets with like this aioli. It's spicy, but it is so freaking good. All their yakitori is amazing. I love the chicken thighs. They cook them right there on the charcoal right in front of you. You can smell it. I mean, you can taste the smoke in the chicken. The amount of care that they put into their dishes, it's pretty amazing.
And I love these places. I'm a huge family. My girlfriend are huge fans of sitting at the bar, sitting up there. It just makes it more of a fun experience, especially if there's only the two of us. It just is like you said, you get to see what's going on. And I feel like if you do that, you go to the same places and you sit up at the bar a few times, they get to know you. And then that's how sometimes you get some food that maybe isn't on the menu that they're trying out. I know at my sushi place, they used to do it all the time where they would make some rolls. Hey, we're testing these out. Why don't you guys try these? They weren't even on the menu. So I just think it's a great place. And if they've got options for you to sit up there, that is awesome.
One thing that I really like about it is, so like I said, it's like dinner and a show. But when I'm watching them put out dishes, sometimes I'll read it in the menu. I might not understand it, but being able to visually see that, I'll ask them to be like, hey, what is that? That looks really good. And so something I might not have tried before just based off the wording, being able to visually see it changes the way that I experience that food.
The next category we want to talk about, what we're calling is fine dining. These are more expensive places, a little more upscale. These are definitely kind of your anniversary or something usually is going on type of place. The one that I personally like, which is, we don't have a lot of French food here, is Beaujolais Bistro. You have to make a reservation to get in there. Their menu changes all the time.
It basically changes every day.
Yeah, and if you're looking for authentic French food, I mean, it's an amazing place. It's got a great atmosphere. It is awesome. Like I said, I think last time I was there was for an anniversary, and the food is great.
I just took my wife there for our anniversary. That was the first time eating there. It's an old brick style house. They do patio seating outside, like on the lawn during the summer, so it's a great summertime hang. But you go in there, it's just cozy. Like the way that they set up the tables and the bar, great atmosphere, good service. I had really great cocktails. In fact, probably one of the best cocktails I've ever had in my life I had there. And it was a Serrano infused mezcal, and it was just so well balanced and frothy. It had that little bit of spice, which I always love in a cocktail. I can't rave about this restaurant enough. The one thing that I will say that you have to get is escargot. Even if it grosses you out, you don't like the idea, if you never try it there, because it is very good and it is authentic. Basically the exact same thing that you're gonna get if you're going to France.
Did you ever eat escargot before that?
I'd never had escargot before.
Yeah. These are one of those things like I always tell my kids. It's like I would try to order things or just have them taste it, and I wouldn't tell them what it was. So like if escargot came to the table, they'd look at it like, Dad, what's that? Just try it first. And I've had escargot. I think the first time I tried it, I was like 20 years old in a restaurant in Las Vegas. There is nothing better than that. And even after the escargot is gone, make sure you have some bread, because the whole butter mixture, whenever they've got that escargot sitting in, is some of the best flavor you'll ever get. So dip your bread in there.
And that's their thing. They always bring out extra bread for that specific reason. Yeah. But everything on the menu is fantastic. I love the fact that it's always rotating, it's always changing, and yeah, it's a place I can't wait to go back to. Our
food scene is elevated so much in the last 10 or 15 years that places like that, I think just people need to give it a shot and go from there. So the other one we wanted to talk about, which is an OG, been here forever, is a place called Lulu's that is much more in that Midtown area as well. I don't know if you've been in there recently. I was in there a while back, and this is where they're only open, when I looked, they're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They got a short time window that you're in there, and this is where you can get some things that are a little off the grid that you may not get other places. I think I ate foie gras, if I say it right, foie gras in there. And it's fun if you go in there with some other people, because you can, again, try some things you might not normally eat. It's like I said, it's totally different than most places in town.
I really enjoy Lulu's because of their variety and like super upscale. It's owned, same owners as Kauboi Izakaya, so same open kitchen concept. You can look into the kitchen and see what they're doing. Good sized bar, You can go there just for cocktails and appetizers if you'd like. This is a place that you definitely need a reservation to get into. Same rule applies there as a steakhouse. If I'm going there, I'm ordering something that I don't traditionally make or that I can't make at home. So the last time I was in there, I got the paella. It had quail, scallops, mussels, chorizo, a couple other items, and it was absolutely outstanding. They have two staples to me that you absolutely have to get if you're going there. Crab cake skillet, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is a crab cake in a skillet. It's basically a deconstructed crab cake in a skillet, and it's absolutely amazing. It's the biggest crab cake you're ever going to eat in your life.
Fantastic.
And then the very spicy duck soup. It is spicy. It will light you up. You will be sweating. It's so worth it. It has so much flavor. I absolutely enjoy it.
It's a really cool place. And again, people that have lived in Reno a long time know about it. It's not something that people go on a regular basis just because, again, it's only open 3 days a week. And it is a little more high-end budget-wise for people as far as that stuff goes, too. So if you're looking for these fine dining restaurants, there's lots of other options that you can always chime in and let us know what you think. The last place that we wanted to talk about, and since we've talked about all these other types of places, is your more traditional kind of American-type food. I know you have a place that you like, and I'll give you mine at the end.
I mean, lots of options here, but this one's more based off of location and ambiance. It's Wild River Grill, right on the river in downtown Reno, close to the Pioneer Center, close to the Eddy, close to a bunch of other restaurants and bars. So if you're going out for a date night, mainly in the summer, they have a fantastic outdoor patio, and there's so many other places that you can visit along the way. They have really nice high-end food. They have all your steaks, all your seafoods, great small plates, but there's something there for everybody, which is another reason why I know that you like the place that you're going to talk about.
My all-time favorite place in Reno is called the Stonehouse. The Stonehouse used to be open 7 days a week. I know the owner there. It's now closed on Monday and Tuesday, but you can literally go there breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Every time I go there, I always order the barbecue prawns. I'm a huge shrimp guy, so I love their barbecue prawns. Their menu is like so wide variety. It's one of those when everyone can't decide what they want to eat kind of places, then everybody can go completely different places. They have great paella in there as well. And I thought at first this was the craziest thing I'd ever eaten, but if you eat their peanut butter and jelly bacon hamburger, sounds ridiculous. And the first time I ordered it, I thought, this can't be what I think it's going to be. It was the most amazing hamburger I ever ate. So they tend to go off the board a little bit as well. But if you're just looking for more of your traditional type of food, it's just my all-time favorite place to go for pretty much any meal of the day.
Yeah, and Stonehouse is a great place. For me, I really like the breakfast there. But that place, again, all about the ambiance. Yeah. Their patio is second to none. They have good cocktails, like you said, wide selection of food.
With all that, we're going to give you links to all these places so you'll be able to find some of these. Anything else that you could think of that we didn't mention that was just something that just pops in your head that's kind of a favorite of yours that you like to go to?
If I bring it up, I'm going to want to go eat there. So,
well, and it's funny you said too, because I'm big on, like you had talked about, when I eat out, I like to eat things out that typically I'm not going to make at home or that are going to be way too much effort and complicated to make at home. And I think we gave everybody a lot of amazing options for food. I appreciate you coming on, Andrew. If you guys have any other restaurants, places, obviously this is not an all-inclusive list. We'd love to hear from you. So comment below. Let us know your favorite places. There'll be some places that we could then check out that maybe we're unaware of. So if you're enjoying the kind of content we're putting out there, by all means, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to hear from you. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on another video very soon.